I thought we played very well defensively tonight. They had only 5 offensive rebounds, so I thought that, the two things we emphasized were transition defense. They're so aggressive in transition and rebounding the ball off the defensive backboard, which I think we did a good job. In the half court, I thought for the most part we were very, very good. They had some shots at the end of the clock. We had some shot clock violations, and all in all, we were very good. So pleased with that, and looking forward to Friday night.
Hey, Chris, offensively and defensively, how do you figure Quinn, Roach, Bigelow are fitting in, 2/3 of the way through?
I think very well. I feel like, Neil, obviously that's the most shot attempts that he's taken tonight. Grant Golden would probably have a laugh at that statistic. But, and that's really important for us. I thought the ball really was moving around the first 12 minutes or so of the game, and mostly through him, mostly trying to throw the ball into him. And so, he could be even more aggressive, to be honest. He could be even more aggressive. And he's really helped us defensively, John. He's a very good defender. Obviously his size, but also his positioning, his instincts are all really positive. And then, Isaiah Bigelow, I don't think he's played great, but, to have 7 rebounds in 17 minutes, and he's done that a fair amount of times. I mean, I think he just needs to settle down a little bit. He's somewhat, he concerns himself a little bit too much with his shooting, like many players. But when he's capable of doing so many other things, I think that he should really, really concentrate on that. And I believe he's a very good shooter, but not worry too much. And then Roach has been a tremendous addition. His shooting, obviously, even when he doesn't make them, the awareness everybody has of him, and then he had a great cut tonight for a layup. So he's really kind of all of them really kind of have a better understanding just how we play and how we're trying to play with all 5 guys and that kind of thing.
Could you say a word or two about your level of concern with the turnovers? Some you just not caused as much as a little careless.
Yeah, that's to finish the game with 11 is fine, but at the end of the first half there we had, I think, 3 that are just unacceptable. You just have to concentrate, and the positive part of how we play is that you have 4 guys you can throw the ball to, and there's nobody that you can't throw the ball, but he can catch the ball and do something with it. You have to use that to your advantage. You have to, to a certain degree, not let the guy pressure you or not let the turnover happen. Now, some of that comes with experience and will improve. But I thought that that was the part of the game at the end of the first half where we just didn't do ourselves any favors. And the turnovers have been down, but not quite low enough for us to be as good as we possibly can.
It seemed like your offense struggled to find a flow at times tonight. Was that because of what they might have been doing on defense, or is it something that you're going to work on the next 2 days?
Yeah, I mean, that's something that we'll continue to work on. Obviously that's something that's really important to us and something that we're traditionally good at. And again, to start the game, I thought we were great. They're a physical team. They had a guard or a smaller guy on Tyler, which is sometimes that kind of pressure can be disruptive to him and to us. But yeah, I think it's just more, the more Neil is aggressive, then everything kind of can really help. Everything can be helped because of that. Because then you have to pay so much attention to him, and he's got a great array of moves. He's so close to the basket. All those things create problems for the other team. So we need to continue to get better at that. But I thought at times we were good, at times we weren't tonight.
What do you try to clean up with VCU coming in here on Friday, which will present a whole different set of challenges and problems?
Yeah, and I haven't watched them as much this year, but obviously anticipating pressure and, a wave of guys who are all playing and playing aggressively. So you have to, you really have to make sure that, you don't want to be, it's not like you're being careful with the ball. That kind of ends up being problematic. You want to be aggressive with the ball and playing and moving and cutting. And then when you take your foot off the gas, I feel like that's when we have problems. I think we need to continue to be aggressive and I'm sure I'll know more tomorrow in the next couple of days about VCU, particularly this year. But you really have to be tough and really have all 5 guys helping us make sure we get a good shot every time. And, it's a bit of an extension of how we always play, but you might be farther out on the court or you might be in a little bit different position, but all 5 guys making sure that we get a good shot and that we can convert.
After Duquesne and everything coming together in the second half like it did, the benefits of winning a game like this, which may not have been the prettiest game in the world, but you never trailed.
Right.
And what do you take from that, knowing that even if it isn't your A game, you can come out on top?
Yeah, I think that is important. I feel like we played from ahead the whole game. That's important. I feel like that it's sometimes closing the game is hard because every 3 goes in, and it's not the easiest thing because the pressure and that kind of thing. We could have closed it a little bit better, but it is good to play from ahead and have confidence and finish the game, especially on the defensive backboard the way we did.
Would it seem appropriate to start with defense tonight? And, could you speak about Richmond's defense and dealing with a lot of guards?
Yeah, I think our confidence is growing on the defensive end. We're really starting to just sit down, plug the gaps, and really make it hard for teams to score. There was a lot of times tonight where they had some tough shots late in the shot clock that some went in, some didn't. But that's what you want to do on the defensive end. You want to make them take late in the shot clock tough shots. So I think we're just getting better at that every single day, and we're just going to keep growing.
How about rating your level of offensive confidence in your teammates? Because there have been nights where it's been kind of a rough, complimentary thing, and nights like tonight where you've had support from Neil, for instance.
Yeah, my confidence is always there for them. I see them every day in practice. Now, whether they're out there playing well or they're not playing well, my confidence is still there in them because I know what they can do, and I've seen them every single day. They put in the work and just keep getting better, so my confidence is fully there.
The turnovers held you back a bit in the first half. I wonder if you could talk about that and trying to get rid of that part of the Richmond game at this point.
Yeah, at Richmond we pride ourselves in not turning the ball over just to begin with, and then the past 2 games we had a lot of turnovers. It ended up resulting in a loss last game. So turnovers have definitely been an emphasis, and I think that can be mitigated when we just start moving the ball more, stop trying to do too much, myself included, off the dribble and off the bounce. But yeah, that's just been a point of emphasis the past few weeks, is just trying to cut down on these turnovers because that's what makes these close games and sometimes results in losses.
When you look at them, are they sort of a common thread among them, trying to do too much, you mentioned, or guys back cutting or not back cutting, or, where do they come from?
Yeah, like I said, just guys trying to do too much, like myself included. And that's really all they come from. Just when we're moving the ball around and we're moving and we're passing and we're cutting and playing our type of basketball, we don't really turn the ball over too much. And we get a lot more open looks, so I think we just need to keep getting back to that.
Your offense seemed slightly disjointed at times. Was there anything funky they did on defense to cause that, or anything that was out of the ordinary that took you out of a flow for bits of time?
Not necessarily. I know there's a couple times I brought the ball up the court and the offense started a little stagnant and we were a little unorganized, so I take full responsibility for that one. But I just think we just have to keep moving the ball like we always do, know what we're going to be in when we come up the court. A couple times tonight we didn't know what we were going to be in. We didn't really fly the ball up the court like we like to do, and that's the result in that's what results in not knowing what you're doing.
Does that lead to like an offense that looks like it's a little more deliberate than you would like it to be, maybe?
Absolutely. That's 100% what it is.
As you guys now get ready for Friday with a team that is improving, had a big comeback like you all did, what are the things that you guys are going to be working on over the next 2 days?
Yeah, they like to press us. They like to get out and jump us early. They're going to come in with a lot of energy. I know the building's going to be jam-packed, so they have to come in and create their own energy. So they're just going to come in and come at our necks and try to take this game and run the city like we're trying to do.